Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to finish up our PayPal integration. We've moved everything to server side, and we just have one little bit remaining, which is that here when we execute our PayPal transaction, we're posting this out here to PayPal, and then we're receiving the data back as a string, and then we have this deserialized content. And one of the things that I need to look at is what are the responses that I get from this, because it looks like that there's going to be like a state and an intent, and a lot of this is a reproduction of what was sent, including the transactions. We'll call this player nested. Almost done here. Now we're actually going to disable the shipping address, and I'll show you guys how we do that. There's an article up on the PayPal website that shows how to do that. Oops. Well, just a few more. This one should be called a details nested, like that. Details nested. Okay, some tax, ship, handling, insurance, shipping account, items, shipping address, recipient, line, city, state, postal, country, name, SKU, price, currency, quantity, description, tax, sale, which needs to be nested with a ID, create time, update time, amount, payment, state, protection, parent, and our links, which is a total and a currency, and then it's in reference, a relative, reference, and a method, and then the same thing here. I almost feel like I can get rid of this, but I don't want to. I don't want to mess with it because this was auto-generated. Okay, that looks good. So now when we make a purchase, I want to make sure that everything is happening, and then I should get my deserialized content here, and I want to make sure of what my end is. So if I look at the documentation here for documentation, PayPal, server side integration, when I look here at they have this reference guide here for manage this. Right, do a full page redirect, pass web experience options. This one, no shipping. So in experience, on the front end, I want to change here no shipping is true. Let me change that to be a 1. And this needs to be inside of input fields. Like that. Just a moment. All right, sorry about that. So that looks right. And then we're creating our transactions. So when I run the transactions here, this needs to, I'm only deserializing because I need to know what the types are. So in here, somewhere I found the types earlier. I probably have that window still open. Yeah. Okay, so it was in this document. When I look at this implement, and down here they have this one link that goes to manage funding source failure. And I thought one of them said something about when it failed. Is it this other link? Negative testing? I know it was in here. If this error does not equal, so there's one called instrument declined. Which is in the res.error, which gets returned from the post when I run on authorize. And you're creating the purchase. So we need to know what the difference is between a success and not are with this type. So let me run it. We'll open up localhost. And I need to make a purchase on this thing. which is going to look like this through the sandbox. It fires successfully. I get my content and I get my deserialized content, and I just want to make sure everything isn't protected. Life looks good. So we have something here called state approved. So I want to say if my deserialized content dot state is equal to dot trim dot to lower is equal to approved, then we'll do one thing. Also, I want to do a false. And this will make this conditional for me. Thank you. And this is being executed here. So we'll try it again. We'll go to home, purchase. Let me refresh my credentials. What's going on with this? Purchase those, do one of these. Signing through PayPal, through my server. Let's give it a second while it logs in. Okay, we're going to execute the transaction where we add in the headers. I get my content. I get my deserialized content, which is solid. The state is approved and it kicks through. So now we're going to create our transaction, which didn't work here at all. Failed there. And this failed, right? So that's an easy fix. So I believe what's probably wrong is that I've made some change to my database. Some change to database. And then we'll do an update database on that. Oops, cancel that. Cancel, 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 cancel. Needs to be in this one. Okay, we'll close that thing out. We'll look at it again. Log out, we'll log in. There it is. We'll create it. I'm going to add it to my cart. Pay now. We're expecting this to complete. Which does that. We create my purchase. which fails for some reason. Why is that failing? Is it not finding my data access layer? Just a moment, please. Okay, so I just want to see what's happening here when I execute this transaction. It should kick me through, and my application user is null. So that's what the problem is. Application user is null at this point. And take a short break. I'll be back in, say, 8 minutes. See you guys in just a minute. Seconds. Thanks for staying with me.